welcome back to Turd Fergavision version 13.6. Anyway, welcome back. Today's video is a introduction to kinetic energy for physical science classes. Today's video is brought to you by Donald Trump. Help make America great again. Thank you, Donald. Oh, look, it's like a little, wow, I'm Donald Trump. Oh, I'm over the wall. Never mind. Anyway, thank you, Donald. Thank you for your wall. Anyway, so now that we're back to this introduction on kinetic energy, let's look at the formula for kinetic energy. Ke, kinetic energy, is equal to 1/2 mv squared. And I'm not going to say much. If you're to the point that you're watching this video, you should already know what m stands for. It's mass in kilograms. You should already know what v stands for. It stands for velocity, measured in meters per second. You should know that that is the number 1/2. Anyway, now that we've addressed all these big things, we do need to look one more time, though, at what Ke is, and it's kinetic energy. And like we talked about in the last video, all energy is measured in joules. Very good, very good. So there is our equation that we need for these next set of problems. So let's see what we can't do. Oh, I saw somebody still looking. Good now? All right, so go into the next problem. A 10-kilogram sled, so we've got a mass, is kicked with a speed so we could draw a sled. Oh, wait a second. No. We don't have a sled. I got it. Eraser. Oh, no. My thingy's jammed. Maybe that means this is a bad idea. How about this? I've got it now. A 10-kilogram Donald is kicked across a frozen pond with a speed of 2.2 meters per second. I'll probably get lashed out on the American news tonight for this. But anyway, Turd Ferg will be famous by morning for teaching physics. I can live with that. What is the kinetic energy of this 10-kilogram Donald head on this pond? Well, all we got to do is just go in here. Ke is equal to 1/2 mv squared. 1/2 m is 10, v is 2.2 meters per second. And again, this is like the 1/2 kx square equation. All we've got to do is really just type in some numbers here and we'll be good to go with this. I'm going to go 0.5 instead of a half times 10. I'm going to be honest. What's a half of 10? 5. So let's go 5 times 2.2 square. I think the calculator would insult me if I typed half of 10 into it. And the answer comes out to 24.2. And if somebody would remind me what the unit for kinetic energy is, and I've already wrote it, so it's kind of pointless to ask now. But anyway, 24.2 joules. So we've got that. So now we've done this question, let's go and do another one. What is the speed of a 0.145 kilogram baseball if its kinetic energy is 109 joules? So let's take a look at this. 0.145 is a mass, and it's giving me a kinetic energy. So let's say, well, we could turn Donald into a baseball. Hold on, we could just do like a little. So if a baseball of mass 0.145 kilograms has a kinetic energy of 109 joules, what is the speed? What is the velocity of the baseball? Let's just go. Kinetic energy equals, one more time, 1/2 mv squared. And here we go. Kinetic energy is 109 equals 1/2 times 0.145. Now this is where we need to throw a little serious tone in. Mathematically, how are we going to solve for that v square? We're going to multiply by 1/2 first. Very good. So 0.5 times 0.145, and that's 29/400. Fantastic. 0.0725. So I'm going to have 109 equals, and you could do all this in your calculator. I'm just writing it out for the sake of the video. 0.025 v squared. So now what am I going to do? Divide both sides by, there you go, divide both sides by that 0.725. 109 divided by 0.0725. Now, is this my answer? Is the 1,500 meter per second a 3,000 plus mile per hour baseball? That would not make sense. If you work the problem, take a square root. Since this is v squared, you need to make sure your final answer and take a square root. So square root of that answer, and let's see if this makes more sense. 38.7. Does this make more sense for the speed of a baseball? Yeah, that's like 80, 90 miles per hour. That's pretty common. Okay, I can believe that for a speed of the baseball. Let's do one more question, and then we'll actually be done. A bird flying with a horizontal velocity of 18 meters per second. Let's ixnay the 18. Let's go with this. Let's say that we've got a bird, and this bird is, I realize I'm not very good at drawing birds. This bird, oh, that's a good idea. There is a bird instead of a fish. You got it. Let's say that the fish is holding a 2-kilogram Donald. So, and in the problem it says that that is the worst bird ever. Wow, that's hideous. But anyway, maybe if we gave feathers, and that's not improving the bird. Pterodactyl. Anyway, the bird is, how high above the water does it say? 10 meters above the water. And all the question says is, listen to this. How fast is the fish, pardon me, Donald, going when he strikes the ground? This problem is very easy. See, there's a thing you learn. Energy. Energy is what? Is not created or destroyed. And if we really finish that out, it would be in most normal processes. If you're looking at nuclear reactors, things like that, yes, there is a little bit destroyed in there. But anyway, in this problem, I've got a question. What kind of energy is this being up off the ground? You've learned 3 types of energy today. mgy, 1/2 kx squared. These are your 3 that you've learned. Oop. Here you go. What kind of energy would an object up off the ground have? What kind of energy is that? mgy, potential, right? So this is potential energy, mgy up here. But now let's talk about something. When the bird lets go of the fish and it starts to fall, what does the potential turn into? Kinetic. So at the bottom, all the potential, all the mgy should be equal to 1/2 mv squared. Very good. So energy is not created or destroyed. This is all there is to this problem. Really fast, really easy. I want you to look at something. There's a mass on the left and a mass on the right side of this equation. What does that mean? It means the masses are going to what? Cancel out the equation. So we didn't even need a mass. So this is going to be 9.8 times, I feel my projector bogging down. The Don must have heard. 1/2 v squared. Now, help me out with the math on this a little bit. Can anybody that's in the room with me walk me through this? 9.8 times 10. Now look at what that said equal to. 1/2 v squared. Divide both sides by 1/2. You are correct. Divide both sides by 1/2. By the way, hopefully you can do this pretty easily. Dividing by the 1/2 is the same as multiplying by, which is the same as multiplying by 2. So this would be 196 equals, but notice something. Would the fish be going 450 miles per hour when it hits the water? No. Square root that thing. How fast would the fish be going when it hits the water? And I'm waiting for somebody in the room to answer, and they're not. So let's go right here and do the whole square root of 196. Oh, 14. Donald's a flying. 14 meters per second. All right. So hey, I got a great question. What about this? What if Donald, sorry, Don, I promise, dude. I love you, man. Wall. That's fantastic. What if, come back here, guy. What if Papa Don jumped on top of maybe a trampoline? Oh, the question is not how much money falls out of his pockets. Although that was rather witty. All right. So, how about this question? All I want to know is this. What kind of energy is this up here? Potential. Which kind? mgy or 1/2 kx squared? So let's say he falls and lands on top of the trampoline. What kind of energy would be associated with the trampoline? What? And that would be the physics is over. 1/2 kx squared. Here's the thing. Any equation y'all have for energy can be set equal to, guess what? Any other equation that's energy. So anything y'all have ever done, get this, physics contests love this kind of stuff. Any equation that's energy, look it, you've got mgy. You don't have to copy this down. This is more of a rant. 1/2 kx squared. That's joules. 1/2 mv squared. That's joules. Einstein, mc squared, which is joules. HF. You don't even know what it is, but it's for light. But guess what it comes out to? Joules. MC delta T. What? But who cares? Guess what it comes out to? Joules. I can keep going. ML. Take a guess. Joules. Oh, are you sure, Mr. Cole? Are there more? Yeah. Q delta V. Guess what? It means out of all these equations, any of these can be set equal to anything. You could make mc squared equals 1/2 mv squared. Why? Because they both come out to joules. You could make mc delta T equals HF. Why? Because it's all energy, and energy is not created or destroyed. You could make Q delta V equal 1/2 kx squared, which would make no sense. You just said an electron is landing on a spring, which is very, but the fact is it would work because anything with energy can be said equal to anything else that is energy. And now, once again, make America great again. Thank you, Donald. No disrespect intended, sir. Anyway, we love you. So, anyway, peace out. Love America and hot wings. Later.